this is the wagon wheel rose or a woven rose. We're going to start with a circle, and it's going to be divided roughly into 5 even spokes. Now in this one, we're going to use the center to put in some little French knots that are going to be our middle of our flower. So we're going to start at one end, and we're going to make these little spokes on top of, or rather as our anchor bits. And we're just going to do that for all 5 of those. And when you're doing these, you can do a woven rose with a different number of spokes on your wheel. And you just get a slightly different, like either a fuller or one that looks like it has more petals. But you always want to use an odd number of spokes. So I'm going to go about right here. I think it's a little better than the one I had drawn. Okay, so now that we've got all of our spokes, we are going to pull our needle up just to the side of one of these. Okay. And we are going to weave this. So we're going to go under, and then we're going to go over this spoke and under this one. And if you have a needle with a blunt tip, this is a great time to use that. And we want to keep this tight, but not super tight. So we're going to go over this spoke and under this one. And then we're going to go over this one and under this one. We want to not catch our other stitching as we do this. You can also use the back end of your needle. So we're going to go over this one, under this one. We're going to keep over, under, and just keep weaving this. Over, under, over, under. And I think you can see I'm pulling it, but I'm not pulling it super tight. So we want to leave it somewhat loose so that it looks kind of fluffy. Okay, so we went over and under, over, under. Can you see that flower starting to take shape? We're just going to keep, so over, under, over, under, then over, under, over, under. So you can see that I did not make these lines exactly even. So I'm kind of getting to the edge of this a little bit before that, but it's okay. We can fix that too. and then over, under. I do like woven roses. I feel like they give you a lot of bang for your buck. Okay, so we're going to have to look a little bit harder, but we can see there's one spoke, and then the next one would be right here to go under. Doing this super gently, but don't want to lose what I've built there. All right, we're going to try to go one more round. So let's see, over and under. And I'm really pulling gently at this point because I just want to like slide that in there. So over, under, without messing up any of my other loops there. Okay. And I think that looks pretty good. So I think I'm happy. It's covering all of my edges of my circle. So then I'm going to take this and just about where I would go to the next spoke, I'm going to take it and I'm kind of doing this with an angle, like I'm going in, not just straight down. So I'm going to go in like that. And that way you'll see it kind of makes one last little petal there. Okay. And then you tie that off on the back.